Hey guys, this is Ajay. Let's get started. Today we are going to do hands-on in AWS managed RDS. So why RDS? Previously in deploying databases, we were deploying in EC2 instance, which we have to maintain everything. Like we have to auto scale, we have to take backups, and we have to manage lot of things when it comes to deploying a database in an EC2 instance. But when it comes to RDS, everything will be managed by the AWS itself. Like the OS will be patched by AWS. Continuous backup and restoration will be taken care of AWS. We will be having monitoring dashboards, and also for read replication, we will be having master slave architecture in our AWS, and also we will be having multi-AZ setup for disaster recovery, and also we will be having lots of backup. And the only problem with the managed service is you can't SSH into the database itself. If we want to SSH into the database, we will be having another type of service called RDS custom, where we will be having the same features, but additionally you can also SSH, and you can SSH into the instance where your DB has been hosted. So let's see what are the database engine which RDS supports. It is Aurora, MySQL, and Aurora Postgres compatible. We are having two types of Aurora. Aurora is an AWS own database which is compatible MySQL and Postgres, and we have MySQL, Postgres SQL, MariaDB, Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server, and IBM DB2. So let's do hands-on and create MySQL database. So go into RDS and click DB instance, where you can find this console, and you have to create a database. So easy create, we will be opting for standard create, and we will be choosing MySQL database as our engine. And engine version, we are keeping the latest version. And for production purpose, it is for production purpose, which is highly available. Let's do dev test, so that we are opting for dev test. We can also use free tier also. As of now, I'm choosing dev test. Why this templates? Because according to this, we will be having availability and durability options. Like I have choose dev test, so I am having multi-AZ DB cluster, a multi-AZ DB instance, and single DB instance. Like if I click free tier means it won't be available, and for production it will be available. That's it. So this is disaster recovery thing, which is availability and durability concept. So I'm going for dev test. After giving dev test, for choosing availability and durability of my database instance, I am giving single DB. As I am doing a demo, so I am going with the basic one. And DB instance identifier. We can give a database. It is not a database name. It is just an identifier. You can give us demo DB. And as we are creating database, we have to give username and password. So for this username, it is admin. And for credential, I am using self-managed credential. We can also give AWS Secrets Manager, but as of now, I am keeping it very simple. Self-managed. After giving self-managed, we have to type password. So I am giving a password, very simple password. Okay. And then instance configuration. So though it is a managed service, we have to choose the instance, right? Which type of instance, whether it is having 2 CPU or 8 GB RAM, likewise. So when it comes to instance configuration, I am going with the basic standard class. It is having 2 CPU and 8 GB RAM, and memory optimized. These are which we have already seen in EC2 instance. So I am going with the lowest one for our hands-on, which is having 2 vCPU and 1 GB RAM. And we have chosen the instance configuration, and we have to choose storage for our database. So I am keeping as 20 GB of storage with general purpose 3. We can choose anything. As of now, I am going with the basics for our demo. 20 GB of storage and advanced settings. So it is having IOPS input output as 3000, and we have storage autoscaler. So what is meant by storage autoscaler? In database instance, we have storage autoscaler. As the application gets bigger, we need to autoscale our database too, so that it can take the load of the application. So it will automatically scale the database. Like when it reaches the threshold of 1000, the maximum storage threshold, it will automatically autoscale. So this is called storage autoscaler. When it comes to read replica, we will be having master slave architecture in database. Like one thing will be master, where what we'll be doing is it will be used as writes and read for the application, and we'll be creating lots of read replica, which the application can only use for reading the data. This is when it comes to read replica, which we'll be seeing later. And connectivity. As we are creating database, do we want to connect to the EC2 instance or not? As of now, I am not connecting. We will do this hands-on later. So don't connect to EC2 instance. And it will be deployed in a subnet, right, in a VPC. So it has chosen its automatically DB subnet group has automatically been selected. If we want, we can select that too by creating our own DB subnet. And public access, that is whether the database has to be in public or private. So I don't want to be in public, so I am keeping with private and giving a no. And security group. So as it is an instance which is managed by AWS, so it will have security group, right? So we can either create our own security group. I have already created a security group which allows all traffics from everywhere. This is for a basic hands-on. When it comes to production, we will allow the only required port and port number. I am removing the default. As of now, this security group allow all the ports. And availability zone. Which availability zone our database has to be hosted? So I am choosing USD is 1. As of now, I don't want RDS proxy. That's it. Let the administrate database authentication. This is password authentication and monitoring. I am giving enable monitoring. And in additional configuration, you can see, as I have already said, that it is a managed database. So automatically the backups will be taken care of AWS. But we have to explicitly give and mention here, like backup, enable automated backup. Backup retention is 7 days. So we have to enable this so that our database will be automatically backed up. And encryption is also there for our data. Okay, and create database. So this will start to create our database. Meanwhile, let's see what are the other features in our database. Like if you click this and go to the actions, you can see as of now it is still on the creation state, so that you won't be able to access this. So in a database, when you go into actions, you can stop temporarily, you can reboot, you can delete database using this, and you can create read replica. Like I said, no, one thing will be mastered and other thing will be read replica. So we can create read replica out of it and take snapshot. Oh, what is mean by snapshot? So snapshot is here. So the snapshot is nothing but taking a backup of it, and if we take a snapshot out of it, and we can create another database from snapshot. So this is how it works. We have to wait till its creation. Our database has been created. When it is created, instead of creating state, it will be stating as available. So you can go inside database instance. So when you go to database instance, it will show the status available. When it comes, as we have username, password, and endpoint, which is host name. The endpoint is our host name for our database, which we will be using for our connections. So okay, the database has been created. And if I want to take a snapshot out of it, how to do it? So Either you can go to snapshot and take a snapshot, or you can go to the database itself and click database and action. You will have lots of features like stop temporarily, reboot the database, delete the database, set up connection with each instance, and we can create replica. And as of now, we are going to take a snapshot of it for restoration. Take snapshot, click take snapshot, it will direct to snapshot page. So it is an instance, right? So we will be giving snapshot type as instance. So DB instance, it will select as we have given us database identifier. It is we have only one demo DB, so it is already taken. So you will be giving snapshot name like demo snapshot DB. You can take snapshot and restore another database from this snapshot. Take snapshot. We have to take snapshot. It will create a snapshot out of it. Even if you delete this database, if you don't want to use this database, you can easily delete this. Before deleting it, you have to take a snapshot. And when you want to again use the same database without losing the data, from snapshot, you can create another database. Like if you click this and go to action, you can migrate snapshot to different region, or copy snapshot from one location to another and export to S3 and restore snapshot. When you click restore snapshot, automatically it will create another database. So it is still creating. That's why we are not able to see. This is how we have to take snapshot. And when it comes to database read replication, like we have already seen, read replica, master will handle read and writes and read, but we will be having lots of slaves for it. The maximum read replica for RDS is 16. So we can create 16 read replicas. So how to create read replicas? What you have to do is go into the database and click action, select the database and click action, where you can see create read replica. If we you can also convert into multi-AZ. As of now, for demo purpose, we have only chosen to single AZ. If you want to create a replica, you click here. So it will create read replica. So it will be asking database identifier name. It is read replica DB, read replica demo DB. Instance types it will ask. It is burstable class, and it is very lowest, and for hands-on purpose we are selecting this. Which region you have to do read replica? So US East one. We can also change to any other region, so that the read replica will be hosted in some other regions too. Storage type, allocate 20 GB, same as the master. Availability zone, so multi-AZ, no, I want a single DB. We can opt for multi-AZ cluster or multi-AZ DB instance, but as it is a demo purpose, it is not production setup, we are going with single DB. Public access, no, it is not public access. So availability zone, use 1A. And database authentication password. This password will be same as what password we have given for the master. Backups, automatically the backup will be taken. And create read replica. See, it is not create database, it is create read replica. The read replica is a replica of the master itself. The data within the master and the read replica will be synchronized in an asynchronized format. So when you give create read replica, this is how it is a main master, and within this read replica, whatever data which is in master will automatically transfer to read replica. Like this, you can create 16 read replicas below, which will come below the main database. So what does it mean is this is master and these are the slaves which are read replica. Thank you guys.